Possessing knowledge is really not that important anymore. Instead, in today's economy, the most important skill is knowing how to access the information you need for the task at hand. In other words, you need to know how to Google really freaking well. Since the internet exploded and Google's algorithm got really, really intelligent, almost every answer to any question you'd ever have is answerable on the other side of a long tail keyword. What's a long tail keyword? It's not just like a 3-word whatever, it's like a whole sentence question. How to get sunscreen off black leather seats. Yeah, I'm a dad. Well, it turns out you just need to put like a couple drops of leather cleaner on the seats and then you dab it with a micro. But here's the thing, I don't need to remember that now. I will put that out of my brain if I possibly can, and then next summer when my greasy ass kids get back in the car, I will Google it again and I'll figure out how to do it. Now back to real talk. The sweet spot is knowing enough about a subject, so for me, development or marketing or design, that you know the terminology and you know how to get to ask the question to Google in a way that will get you the results that you're looking for. My last real job at a nonprofit, I was responsible for managing the website, but we had a developer that was like had to do the technical things because I didn't know at that time. But this developer was very unresponsive, and so after they didn't respond, I decided to go to Google. And it turned out that a lot of the stuff that we were waiting on them for, that we were going to be paying them $150 an hour to do, was pretty easy to do just following a 5-minute tutorial on YouTube. And that really kind of got my brain churning and say, you know what? Maybe this web development thing is doable. And so when I started my business, I was Googling every single step of the process, and I felt like a huge imposter because of it. Until I realized that all good web developers rely heavily on Google to fill in gaps in their knowledge. And then I started to Google with pride. Now, certainly the longer I've been in this, I don't need to Google every step, which helps a lot. And thousands of Google searches later, I have a lot more baseline knowledge. And so when I do have a gap, I can usually pretty quickly get to my answer. And I'm going to go so far as to say that sometimes knowing too much about a subject can be a liability if it means that you're so confident that all the answers are in here that you don't check Google, you don't check your medical app, you don't do whatever, because things change really rapidly. And if you are completely reliant on what's happening in your head, you are not benefiting from this humongous collective brain that is Google and that is the internet. So Google with pride, people. Learn to do it really well, and you can impress people by seeming a lot smarter than you actually are.